Hi, in this video, I will be practicing 3 full range scales with you. Have your flutes out and make sure that you have your full range scale sheet. The scales for this video are going to be F major, E flat major, and G major. We are going to talk about them, we are going to practice them and make sure we know how to practice them effectively. The first scale, which should be the easiest scale for you, is F major. The problems that usually occur with this scale are the fact that we sometimes forget that E is natural in this scale. So make sure that you don't forget the difference of E flat, which is like D with our pinky down, and E natural, which is like F with our second finger down. Also, for F major, we always use the B flat thumb. Some of you might call it double thumb, some of you might call it B flat thumb. It doesn't matter. So make sure that you are using it all the way through this scale. Alright, measure by measure practice. I will be playing the measure and then I want you at home immediately repeating with me. So I'll play one measure and then you repeat it. I'll play the second measure, then you repeat it after me. Alright. Be ready. Look at your concert F major. 2, ready? Some of these measures might be harder for you. For example, measure number 4 might be a little bit harder for you. So go ahead and pause this video and make sure that you are repeating those specific measures for yourself until you can get them really good. Just a reminder, the fingering for high D is this, what we call dog fingering, alright, like high D the dog. And make sure that you know that the fingering for high E natural doesn't have the third finger. So this is the fingering for high E natural and this is the fingering for high F. Its difference with low F is that we bring up our second finger on our left hand. Alright, make sure that you are practicing all those hard measures before trying to run through the whole scale. After you have practiced all of those measures that are hard for you, you need to be able to play the whole scale all the way from the beginning to the end. For now, let's try it in a smaller section, just the first octave of F major. 2, ready, go! Alright, now, just for an example, I'm going to be playing from the beginning all the way to the end. The first time we are going to play this, we are going to be tonguing every single note. And then we need to be preparing for being able to play tongue up and snare down, which is the standard routine for our scales. So, the first time we are going to play this, I want you to play along with me. Make sure that you're articulating every single note. Be ready. Play along with me. 1, 2, ready. Wonderful. So once you have practiced this a few times and you're feeling better about it, we can go on a faster pace and make sure that we are slurring the scale down. All right, now this is an example of us tonguing up and slurring down. Get ready for this. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Wonderful. The next scale in this video that I would like to work on is E flat major. It's located on the bottom of the first page of your full range scale masters, or if you are using another page for this, it's just fine. E flat major full range. All right, let's go ahead and practice this measure by measure. I'm going to bring down the metronome to 60. Just as a review, in E flat major we have 3 flats. We are going to use B flat thumb in order to secure our B flats. We are going to make sure that we know the fingering for 3 different octaves of our E flat, which is, this is the lowest with our first finger down. This is the middle octave with our first finger up, and the highest E flat has all of our fingers down, including this pinky and that pinky, right? And after that, we need to be knowing what is the fingering for A flat. A flat's name is also sometimes called G sharp and A flat. So the fingering is like a G adding the G sharp key. So this is called A flat or G sharp, and it sounds like. Go ahead and try it if you don't know it. All right, now we're going to resume our practice and do this measure by measure first. Repeat after me after each measure. Wonderful. Just a reminder, you can also practice your vibrato when you're practicing your scales on slower tempos. Okay, now we are going to go to the next step. If you still have problems with some of these measures, or you couldn't quite play them, make sure that you are going ahead and pausing this video right now and practicing those measures. All right, now we want to play concert E flat major. I'm going to skip the step that I'm tonguing up and tonguing down and just run through this in the standard form, which is tonguing all the way up and slurring all the way down. Just as a reminder, in all of our full range scales, you can take a breath every time the scale name comes back. In this case, every time you have an E flat, right after that E flat, which is going to be longer, which is a half note in this case, we want to take a breath if you are running out. All right, so make sure that you are practicing this as well, so you get used to the flow of your breath in our full range scales. All right, E flat major, tongue up, slur down. 1, 2, 1, 2, set, go. All right. The next scale in this video is going to be G major. It's located in the back of the page on the fourth line of your full range scale masters, and it does not have any flats. This is the first scale that we are learning that has sharps. So for this scale, we are going to be using the single thumb. This one, the longer one, right? So we avoid putting our thumb over there and just move our thumb here. Other reminders, this scale has E naturals. So make sure that you are not doing your routine E flats. And the accidental in this scale is going to be F sharp, which is like a G with the third finger on our right hand. All right, let's do the measure by measure practice for this one. Alright, the toughest and hardest measure in this scale is going to be the fourth measure and fifth measure. Alright, why is it hard? Because going from high E natural to high F sharp is going to be hard for a lot of us. Alright, one way to practice this might be just playing a beautiful high E natural just like this and practicing the fingering and trying to memorize it. And once you have that E natural, you can go to an F sharp. Make sure that you are saying ooh, make sure that you are using a lot of air, make sure that you are articulating at the beginning so the sound is coming out. If the sound coming out is like this, that means that you are not using enough air, or your air is not fast enough, or your aperture or embouchure might be too open. All right, so go ahead and practice E natural to F sharp just by itself. And once you get that, you'll be able to play G major pretty well. Now we want to run through the whole scale if you already know how to do that. Tonguing up and slurring back down. 1, 2, play with me. 1, 2, ready? Alright, this was the video for all these scales, F major, E flat major, and G major. I'll see you in the next video.